Our topic is about solving quadratic inequalities. So this is part of your quarter 1 week 5 modules. We're asked to find the solution set of the inequality x squared plus 5x minus 6 is greater than 0. So you write the given inequality and then first step, so we have to rewrite this inequality into equation. So we will change this symbol greater than by equal sign. So this is now the equation. So x squared plus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0. And then after transforming this into equation, we will solve the values of x of this equation or the roots. So we all know that it has two values of x or two roots, right? So going back to your lesson in your week 1, so let's try to find out if this one at the left side, x squared plus 5x minus 6 is factorable so that we can apply the factoring. So if you still remember this form, x squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So think of two numbers that when you multiply, the product is negative 6, and then when you add, the sum is positive 5. So we have 6 and negative 1. So these are the two factors. So let's try 6 times negative 1. The answer is negative 6, right? And then if we were going to combine 6 plus negative 1 or simply 6 minus 1, the answer is positive 5. So this is the pair of numbers that we are looking. So it means that the factor of x squared plus 5x minus 6 is x plus 6, since this is positive, x plus 6, and then the other one is x minus 1. Alright? So this is now the factors. So x plus 6 times x minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, next. After factoring, we will now separate each factor and then equate that to 0. So x plus 6 equals 0. The other one is x minus 1 equals 0. And then solving for x here. So transpose 6, positive 6 from the left to the right, it will become minus 6. So this is now the result. So x equals 0 minus 6. Final answer, we have x is negative 6. Here, transpose negative 1 to the right, it will become plus 1. So x equals 0 plus 1, and then final answer, we have x is equal to 1. So the roots of this equation are negative 6 and positive 1. Now, the purpose of these roots, why we get these roots, because this will serve as our boundary. So next step is we will draw the number line. So I know that you know the concept of number line. So the origin of number line is 0, right? And then from 0 going to the right, those are positive numbers up to infinity. So numbers are infinite. And then from 0 going to the left, those are negative numbers up to infinity. So this one is negative 1. Next, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. And then the boundary, negative 6. So that is our boundary because that is the value of x in this equation. And then I color it black to emphasize the boundaries. And then another boundary is positive 1. So there are two boundaries. So this is the positive 1, so another boundary. And going to the right, positive 2, positive 3, positive 4, 5, 6. We all know that 6 is here, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on and so forth. It is understood. And then here, here at the left, so this one is negative 7, negative 8, understood here, negative 9, negative 10, negative 11, up to negative infinity. And then notice that when we put a boundary here, negative 6 and positive 1, notice that we divided this number line into 3 parts. So I'll show you the 3 parts. So this is the first part, from negative 6 going to the left up to negative infinity, that is 1. And then the second part, the middle part, numbers in between negative 6 and positive 1. And then the last part that I'm talking is that from positive 1 going to the right up to positive infinity. So see that boundaries or parts. Now, so let's try to represent by using x these 3 parts. So let's have this one. So the numbers that are belong here in this part are numbers from negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9, and so on and so forth. So those are numbers, or we can say that these numbers are x is less than negative 6. So it means that this one, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9, and so on and so forth. And then the middle part, these are numbers in between negative 6 and positive 1, right? So 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So to represent that, so this is the representation. So we can say that negative 6 is less than x, but x is less than 1. It means that numbers in between negative 6 and positive 1. And then the last part here, so greater than 1. So x is greater than 1. And then, sorry, I forgot. So, here in our boundary, so we have to put a circle. So, circle here in our boundary. And then, let's go back to the given. So, always remember this. If the given is greater than or less than, so remember that the circle that you're going to draw in the boundaries should not be shaded or hollow circle. Alright, so it means that 1 and negative 6 is not part of the solution. So I repeat, if the sign is greater than or less than, so the circle is not shaded. But if the symbol is greater than or equal or less than or equal, if there is an equal sign below, so your circle that you're going to draw should be shaded. It should be shaded. Alright? Because if it is shaded, it means that negative 6 and positive 1 are included or part of the solution. Alright? Okay, let's continue. Now, what we're going to do is that we will select between these 3 parts, these 3 expressions, which of these 3 are the solutions of this inequality. Maybe one of these three parts are the solution of this, or maybe two of these three are solutions of this. We will try to find out by so let's try to find out this one. The numbers here, x is less than negative 6. Here. Now, you will select one number. We all know that there are a lot of numbers here. So, maybe if you want to select negative 7, so you can do that. If you want to select negative 8, you can also do that. No problem. Negative 9, negative 10. Only one number. I will select negative 7. So, replacing x by negative 7, so this is the given, x squared plus 5x minus 6 is greater than 0, right? And then, we will replace x by negative 7. This one, we will replace this by negative 7. Also this one. So, replace x by negative 7, x by negative 7, right? And then simplify. So, negative 7 squared is 49, positive. This one, positive 5 times negative 7 is negative 35. Connect minus 6 greater than 0. Right? And then, simplifying this further, so 49 minus 35 is 14. Minus 6 is 8 greater than 0. So, this is the final result. And then, after that, we will check if the statement is true or not. So, 8 is greater than 0. Is it true or not? 8 is greater than 0. So, yes. So, absolutely that is true. Now, since this is true, so we replace negative 7, and negative 7 is part of this numbers here. X is less than negative 6, right? So, if negative 7 is true when we replace, it is understood that negative 8, negative 9, negative 10, up to infinity are also true. If you want to, let's say you want to use negative 8, you want to replace this by negative 8. So automatically, this is also true. That's why I ask you to choose only one number. Okay? So it means that x is less than negative 6 is part of the solution, because the result is true. But still, we have to try these two remaining parts. So let's try the middle part. So again, you have to choose one of these numbers only. You may choose 0 if you want. You may choose negative 1. You may choose negative 2. So it is your choice. So me, I chose 0. So replacing x by 0 again, so x squared plus 5x minus 6 is greater than 0. So replace all x by 0. So simplify. So 0 squared is 0. 5 times 0 is 0. Sorry, it should be plus 0. Sorry. And then connect minus 6. And then final answer, so we can say that negative 6 is greater than 0. Now, let's check if it is true or not. Is it true or not? Negative 6 is greater than 0? Absolutely no. This is not true. Negative 6 is less than 0, right? So, since 0, we replace 0 here, and then the result is not true. So, it means that the numbers here, or this one, is not part of the solution. Okay, last, let's try the numbers x greater than 1. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, you have to choose one of these numbers. So, I will select 3 here. So, again. So, replace x by 3. So, 3 squared is 9. This one is 15. So, 9 plus 15 is 24 minus 6. So, 18 greater than 0. Check if it is true or not. So 18 is greater than 0. So obviously true. So since this is true, the number 3 here, so it means that x is greater than 1 is part of the solution. Alright, so it means that the solution set, so we have two numbers that are less than -6 are part of the solution, and also numbers that are greater than 1. So these are the solution sets. So it means that all the numbers here from -6 going to the left up to -infinity are solutions of this inequality, except -6. This is not part. And then all numbers from -1 going to the right, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth, are part of this solution or solution of this, except 1. So -6 and 1 are not included. Only numbers that are less than -6 and numbers that are greater than 1